Right, today's lesson is going to be on simultaneous equations and the uses of them. And we'll start off with a nice, straightforward, easy one here. I'll give you 2 minutes just to have at this one. Right, there you go, just 2 minutes. So let's just start off. Hopefully this was nice and straightforward. If not, just pay attention. What we're going to do is I'm going to make the y's, the numbers will be easier, I suppose, if we make the x's the same. You make a difference. Actually, I'm going to make the y the same because I don't like getting rid of the negatives. I'm going to times the top one by 4. I'm going to times the bottom one by 3. That means I get 8x minus 12y equals 12. And then I'm going to get 9x 12y equals 21. For that equation, equation 1 and equation 2 at this stage. And if I do 2 minus 1, so that equation away from this equation keeps the x's positive, leaves me 1x. The y's cancel. And 12 away from 21 gives me x equals 9. And then we put that back into this equation over here. So we're going to put it back over here. And we're going to get 2x minus 3 times 9 equals 3. So 2x equals minus 7 equals 3. 2x equals 30. So x 15. Our two answers are, sorry, I'm just a complete idiot. I've worked out x. I didn't put it in, I put it in as y. So I'm sorry about that. Start all again here. So x equals 9, so 2 times 9 minus 3y equals 3. And then we get 18 minus 3y equals 3. So take 3 away from 18 and I get 15. Add the 3y to the other side, I get 3y. And then we get 5. And you'll notice again, like I said yesterday, I spotted my mistake because I went to just underline my two answers and noticed they were both x's and realised where I went wrong. So do remember to keep alert when doing your questions. Now, next one, a little bit trickier. Have a go at this one. I'll give you another 2 minutes to do it. Right, here we go. So as the y's are equal, as y equals 9x plus 6 and y equals 16 minus 4, we know that the y's must be equal. So therefore 9 plus x plus 6x must equal 16 minus 4x. So the easiest way to do this is just to write it as 9 plus 6x equals 16 minus 4x. And then we can take the 9 away from both sides and add the minus 4x. I'm going to add the 4x this side first. Keep it simple. Add 4x, so that's 10x. Add 4x to that, I'm just left with 16. Take off the 9, I'm left with 10x equals 7. So therefore x equals 7/10. And I'm going to put it into the top one. So that means that y will equal 9 plus 6 times 7/10. So that's going to be 42 over 10. Y is so 90 over 10 plus 42 over 10. So y equals 132 over 10. But it did say, it doesn't say simplify. You'd get the marks. But if you wanted to simplify, divide the top by 2 and divide the bottom by 2 and get 66 over 5. Our final answer. So we've got x is 7/10 and y equals 66 over 5. I've got a couple more for you to have a go at. Won't do those now. Okay, what we will do is we'll move on to the next thing, which is a bit of rearranging. Okay, and so then solving some simultaneous equations. So again, give you 2 minutes again to do this. Rearrangement on the top line shouldn't. Right, here we go. So we've got, I want to write this equation in this form. So you have the 2y plus 14 equals 10x. So take away 14 from both sides, you get 2y equals 10x minus 14. Divide both sides by 2. Divide this by 2, you get y. Divide this by 2, you get 5x. Divide this by 2, you get minus 7. Now, we're going to solve these simultaneous equations, so it makes sense to use what we've just done here. So as we know that y is equal to 5x minus 7, we can replace the y here with it. So we get 7x minus 5, open brackets, 5x 7, plus 24 equals 0. And so we get 7x minus 25x plus 35 plus 24 equals 0. And then we're going to get, what we're going to get? We're going to get minus 18x plus 59 equals 0. So therefore 59 will equal 18x. So x will equal 18 over 59, which is not particularly, I made a mistake there, 59 over 18. Not particularly nice. And it doesn't cancel down much either. So we want to put that back into our thing. So we're going to get y equals 5 times 59 over 18 minus 7. And so if we do that, 5 times 59, none of this is going to really cancel down nicely. 5 times 50 is 250. 5 times 9 is 45, so it's 295 over 18. And then we've got to do 7. You can take away 7 over 18, so let's do 7 times 18, that's 70 plus 42, so it's 12 over 18. Take that all the way, this bit doesn't really matter, it's just going through the motions, so we get 1, 8, 18. So we get our two answers that way. Not very stuff. There's another one exactly the same. Have a go yourselves. I'll put some answers in later, or do it on My Maths. If you didn't nail that one first time, do it on My Maths. If you nailed that first time, or if you nail any of the questions first time, there's no real reason to practice more of them. Okay, so here's this question. We've got a little problem here for you to solve. I'll give you 3 minutes now. We're using the graphs to help us with these simultaneous equations. What we've got to do is draw a line here, and then write out answers. It's not going to take you too long at all. So let's stop timer there, and let's just go through. You really should have done this by now. I've just mislaid my pen. Okay. So what we got here is we want to draw the line y equals minus 2x plus 3. We know it goes through 3 and has a gradient of minus 2. So let's just put points on. And we can see that the line is going to go through here, and it's going to go through this point and this point. Sorry about my accuracy here, it's just the parallax. So the x value is going to be 3, and the y value is going to be minus 3. And the x value is going to be minus 1, and the y value is going to be 5. How many pairs of solutions are there for the simultaneous equations 6 minus x squared and y equals minus 4x plus 11? Well, 0, we're not going to see this on here. Let's just go to 2 for starters. So minus 4x is going to be minus 8 plus 11 is 3. So at 2, we're going to be at 3. Okay, and then if we go to 3, we can see that we're going to get minus 12 plus 11 is going to give me 1. And if we go to 4, we can see we're going to get about minus, well, what's going to happen is if we just draw a line for these two, don't really need to go any further. We've got as close to this line as we're going to get. This is going to get steeper more quickly than this because it's a quadratic. So there's going to be no solutions to this. Okay? There's going to be no solution. Right, on to the next bit in this part of the lesson today. We're going to do obviously level 8 will also be on simultaneous equations and be a lot trickier than these. And if you found these a bit straightforward, go to those. Right, this one I will give you, I think, 3 minutes to think about this one. If you're struggling with this, just think about putting these numbers into the original equation. Right, so here we go. We've got y equals ax squared plus b, so put in the x and the y values. The y value here is 11, so we've got 11 equals a times x squared, so it's minus 3 squared plus b. Better written as 11 equals 9ab. And on the next one we've got 2 and 1, so we're going to put 1 in for y. And 2 squares 4, so we get 4a plus b. We have our simultaneous equations. 11 equals 9a plus b, and 1 equals 4ab. For that equation 1, and this is an equation 2. And if we do 2 minus 1, what we get is we get, sorry, not 2 minus 1, I'm going to do 1 minus 2 with the sensible way. 11 minus 1 is 10. 9a minus 4a is 5a, and b minus b is 0. So therefore, a is equal to 2. Once you've got a is equal to 2, we put that into equation 2, and we get 4a, so it's 4 times 2, plus b, so it's 8 plus b. So take away 8, we get minus 7 equals b. So we get a equals 2 and b equals 7. Now put that into the equation up here. So we've got y equals a squared, so ax squared is 2x squared, plus b, which is minus 7. So I have a minus. And that is our equation. Now what this tells us here is that when y equals 0, we can see we've got the turning point. So not when y equals 0, when x equals 0, we've got the turning point. So put 0 into this. 0 squared is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, and so therefore y equals minus 7 is the value of y at this turning point. Right, that will do for the 6 to 7 stuff. If you struggled with any of the questions, I suggest you go into MyMaths and have another go today or tomorrow, and then have another go in a week's time again to check it's stuck with you. I'm just going to take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back with the level 8-9 stuff.